Finance minister said the estimated deficit would be 28 billion. We're looking, what we're hearing, it looks like it could be 10 times that. Do you feel the spending has gotten out of control, or are you looking at extending emergency programs?
We made a very specific and deliberate choice throughout this pandemic to help Canadians, to recognize that overnight people had lost their jobs, people had suddenly found themselves in a precarious situation and needed support. So as a federal government, given the historically low interest rates and the low debt servicing costs that we have, and given our extremely strong fiscal position going in, we decided to take on that debt to prevent Canadians from having to do it. If the federal government hadn't taken on significant debt in order to send money to Canadians to support businesses and households, what would Canadians have done? They would have loaded up their credit cards. They would have scrambled to try and find ways to pay their bills and pay their groceries and figure out how to care for their loved ones. We took on debt so Canadians wouldn't have to. And we can be confident about our position because it worked to reduce the spread of COVID-19, and we now have the spread largely under control, although we need to continue to remain vigilant. We went into this challenge with a far better fiscal position than many of our allies around the world, which allows us to come through it in a very strong way. And we know that by supporting Canadians through this pandemic, we maximize our chances of getting back on our feet as quickly as possible as an economy. I know there are people out there who said we should have done less, but I think that's wrong. Now was the time for the federal government to step up and help Canadians during a historic crisis, and that's exactly what we did. And having done that has allowed us to get the virus more under control and is allowing us to restart the economy in a strong position, unlike many of our other allies.